先生
何
先生
何
先生 B と V の違いは何？
B and V? Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, that should do the trick. We've got pat, bat, fat, that, and hat. That's
pat, bat, fat, vat, hat.
There are 3 different mouth shapes here. Can you spot them? P and B, pat and bat, have the same shape. F and V, fat and vat, have the same shape, different from P and B. And H, hat, has its own shape, which is different again. Can you see the difference? Here they are again, from a different angle.
Pat, bat, fat, vat, hat.
Still having difficulty? Okay, well, let's just take a look at the first 2 pairs, pat and bat, fat and vat, and we'll come back to hat later on.
Pat, bat, fat, vat. Pat, bat, fat, vat.
Okay, so now we know a little bit more than we did. We know that when we say P and B, pat and bat, the mouth is completely closed to start with. And of course, when we say H, hat, the mouth is open all the time. And then for F and V, fat and vat, the mouth is a little bit open. But there's more to it than that. If we look closely, we can see something else. The top teeth are resting on the bottom lip. Let's look at that in more detail. If we look at the face from the side, then this is the mouth. Now we can rest the top teeth on the inside of the lip like this, or we can curl the lip inwards and rest them on the outside of the lip like this. It doesn't matter. Whichever way we do it, we get the sound F or V. So let's practice that a bit. We've got P and B, pat and bat, where the lips are together to start with, and then we open them to release the air. We've got H, hat, where the lips are open all the time and we just push the air out. And we've got F and V, fat and vat, where the mouth is a little bit open and the top teeth are resting on the bottom lip. Try it yourself. Pat, bat, fat, vat, and hat. All right, good. We're starting to make some progress. Let's keep going. I don't want to get too technical, but P and B are called plosive sounds. H is an aspirate sound, and F and V are fricative sounds. These names are a very good description of how these sounds are actually made. P and B are like a little explosion, occurring just at the moment when the lips open. The bubbles go pop. H is made by aspirating, which basically means breathing. ha, ha. You push the breath out through your open mouth. And f and v, the fricative sounds, are made by creating friction between your top teeth and your bottom lip. The air isn't completely blocked, but it isn't completely free either. It's meeting some resistance. Let's just imagine for a moment that we're the wind, blowing through leaves or grass. Put your top teeth on your bottom lip and push the air out from your mouth. Now make the same sound and imagine the ignition key of a car. When the keys turn, the engine will start.
That's
All right, so we have plosive sounds like P, which is unvoiced, that is, it's made with the breath alone, and B, which is voiced. Plosives are made at the moment of releasing the air in the mouth, and they're always short sounds. P is P, and B is B. We can't make them any longer. And we have fricative sounds like F, which is voiceless, and V, which is voiced. These sounds are made by friction created in a part of the mouth, in this case by partially blocking the air with the top teeth and the bottom lip. We can make them longer or shorter. It's taken a bit of time, but now we have the answer to the question, what's the difference between B and V? And the answer is that B and V are both voiced sounds, but the difference between them is that B is a short sound made by opening the lips to release the air, B, while V can be short or long and is made by friction as we push air between our top teeth and bottom lip. Finally, let's get back to the letter H. And this is mainly for people whose first language is Japanese. There are lots of complicated things we could talk about relating to the letter H. Is it voiced or unvoiced? Is it a type of fricative made by friction in the throat? But for now, I just want to look at one thing. In the Japanese syllabary, we have the sounds
ha, hi, fu, he, ho,
and I want to look at the third one. Listen to it again.
fu,
The other four use a sound similar to the English h, but this one uses a sound closer to the English f. So let's imagine that all five of them are the same.
ha, hi, fu, he, ho.
Can you say that? So that who is like who when we say who are you? And now let's imagine that there's another set all beginning with f.
ha, hui, fu, fe, ho.
You try. Now try with the voice. Fa, va. Fi, vi. Fu, vu. Fe, ve. Fo, vo. So you have fa, fi, fu, fe, fo without the voice, and va, vi, vu, ve, vo with the voice. Have you got it? Okay, well that's all I've got for you today. For more practice, don't forget to check the follow-up video.
先生
Nani?
先生
Nani?
先生
Nani?